Hello and welcome to episode 21 of Crimson Desert. This is Reg with PaxAriaGaming, and we are in the final chapter of Crimson Desert. But let's recap what happened in the last episode, Truth and Reality. We completed the chapter. That was chapter 11. We finished Marnie's quest lines. We retrieved the power core from Golden Star, Golden Dragon. Let's see, Blackstar joined us for a fight against the Flying Fortress. We were able to disable the fortress, included Chapter 11. We also were able to finally craft the Abyssal Fusion armor for Blackstar. Hopefully that will help us in the boss fight. We'll find out. We fought Primus, a boss we needed to fight. It was one of three, but we only had to fight the one because we fought the other two previously, in order to rescue Assyrian, a god. Following that, we took some of Assyrian's scales, which we needed to craft the Abyssal armor, Abyssal Fusion armor. In this episode, we will be doing, in its entirety, Chapter 12 and the epilogue. Chapter 12 is relatively short, and I didn't think I could figure out a way to split it into two parts without doing a lot of side stuff, and I think by now people are looking forward to the end of the game. I will say that I do intend to continue the game until I get to the true ending. I probably will only upload 2 or 3 episodes along the way, showing me getting closer to those goals. So let's see. Completing the upgrades of the Greymane camp at Howling Hill in order to move to Payloon is one of the goals that I have. Completing the total 40 Abyss Nexus hubs is another goal that I have. I think we've done 17 of them so far. We do that. We want to do all of the spires. I think I only have one left to do anyway. And so those are the kinds of things I want to do, but my main priority is getting to the true ending of the game. So I may actually record an episode of me playing as Unka and an episode of me playing as Damien along the way. But this will be the last main episode. Everything else after this will be bonus episodes, and I'll label them as such. I've done that in other games. I did it in Code Vein 2. I did it in Wu Chang Fallen Feather. I think I've done it in just about every video game. Because there's always stuff to do afterwards. Done. Okay, let me be quiet and let this guy talk. Stefan, long time.
You're back, Greymane.
Was that a dragon? Where did... No, we've no time. Come. As you've likely guessed, the situation's worsening out there.
It appears the Flying Fortress was not their only weapon.
Should we delay the attack?
Let's wait for the Marshal's report.
The scouts returned. It's a cannon. A gigantic fucking cannon. We thought the fortress was our only obstacle. But we can't just march against that monstrous thing. Morale will dissipate the moment the men lay eyes on it.
Okay, so we have, as always, quests given to us by other folks to, in this particular instance, is to destroy these particular...
As time passes, morale will only fall.
All right, Stefan, just give me a break. I'm trying to
march soon.
Yes. Okay, so the goal is to destroy the cannons that will keep the soldiers from being able to march without being cut to shreds, cut to ribbons. So, while the game doesn't tell you this, you need Blackstar to do this. You cannot do this without Blackstar. And I am about to show you exactly why you can't do this without Blackstar. So yeah, this infirmary, armory, barrack stuff is really not the goal. The goal is the ultimate weapons. So here's old Kliffy climbing up a cliff with the ultimate weapon being fired at him like he's Superman instead of Batman. And that's what happens. So the game doesn't say summon Blackstar or anything like that, but you need Blackstar. You can't do this without Blackstar. Yeah, I don't see how you can. Maybe someone has figured out how to do that. I would doubt seriously that you can do it without Blackstar, unless you can figure out a way to infiltrate the camp. So with Blackstar and his armor, you basically Blackstar should survive this barrage, but you don't want to just stand there and take a bunch of hits. So you want to move around, and you want to just keep strafing this cannon. Actually, I guess there is an out area. Where is it? Yeah, not clear, because I'm busy trying to dodge and busy trying to hit this thing. But you want to just fly in circles around it and just keep strafing it. It doesn't take much to destroy it. After you destroy it, it takes a few seconds for it to actually explode. Okay. Alright, you move on to the next one. I don't know that it matters what order you take them out in, to be honest with you. And I still haven't figured out how to make Blackstar actually fly higher. He just keeps doing his thing and I keep steering him, and sometimes he goes up, sometimes he goes down. Stamina only appears to be an issue when I'm actually firing Blackstar's weapons. So you want to just keep doing this. And maybe as I do some of the post-game stuff, I'll use Blackstar more. There are restricted areas where you can't use them. I did use them to take down an oil rig. And it was going to be episode 21, but this is episode 21, so maybe I'll show that episode. It's a short one. It's an hour-long episode. So maybe I'll upload that after I upload this one. So I'll call it 22 A and B or something like that. I guess I could have appended it to the beginning, but then it would make it a sort of 3 hour episode, which I didn't want to do. So anyway, you keep doing this. I guess you could, if you get close enough, you can use fire. But to me, that always puts Blackstar in range of more of these little missiles that are coming at him. And I gotta believe if I didn't have the armor, he probably would be dead by now, because I'm not very good at dodging this stuff. You can do a sort of like an aerial roll with him, which is probably the way to avoid getting hit by some of this stuff. But as you can see, the controls pop up very quick, and typically you're not reading them while you're trying to escape. Like, this is just the fireball, fire breath, aim stuff. It doesn't tell you a whole lot else, but he can do a sort of a barrel roll. This is the final one, and he's got enough health. He should be able to survive this if I don't have to start over because I'm out of the arena. There we go. Yeah, he should be able to survive this with the health that he has left. almost done, and we should be done. That was the objective. Like I said, the infirmary and the barracks and stuff like that. I'm guessing this area will be considered liberated once we've done that. Otherwise, Stefan Langford and his guys, I guess, can clear it. Well, I guess that was what was going to happen anyway. The reason they couldn't clear it was because of those cannons. Thanks, Blackstar. See you in a bit, buddy. You look so cool in armor. Yep. You're welcome, but pay me in gold bars. Don't applaud. Pay me in gold bars.
This one fights like a devil.
Guess they're ready for the final battle. Participate in the departure ceremony is what we're doing now.
I stand here before you as Stefan Lanford of Calfade. But let me ask, who are you? Are you the houses you hail from? The banners you bear? Or the many titles that adorn you?
Stefan
Today,
gives the best speeches
we stand
in this
united
game.
to put an end to the one who slaughters our brethren, whose twisted ideals bring ruin upon us. Caliburn must be stopped. He who sought to topple Hernand with his vile schemes. He who imposed his false justice upon Demonis. He who massacred our Pelunese allies. Caliburn is behind all of these atrocities. Even now, his jaws are set to snap around us. Who are you? You are the ones whose tale will be written in the history of this blood-soaked land. You are the living, sworn to stand until our enemies fall. You are the unbroken, hungry for freedom. Today, by our foes' blood, we carve our legacy into the land once more. We stand shoulder to shoulder for a single purpose: to protect those we cherish. Our neighbors, our comrades, our kin. On this day, we will fight as one, united until our final breath. This invasion, this reign of oppression, ends here, today, for good.
Morale is high. Good. We'll strike their main forces first. Then we can secure the way to the fort. I'll take care of Caliburn.
Man, that speech gives you chills.
Today, blood will be spilled. Lives may be lost. But we will not yield. Lift high your swords and shields. Sound the horn of our final battle. We will march, and our enemies will fall.
The Greymanes have arrived.
Excellent.
Nice.
Everyone's prepared.
You're a welcome sight, Greymane. We'll lead the charge. The war horn will be your cue to act.
Understood.
Take care. We'll meet again at Fort Musket. Alive.
See you there.
Nice. Very cinematic. I do wish I had completed all of the gray mains and had all 40 plus the 20 other ones in the mix, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, I'm not sure that, yeah, I don't think it's connected to whether or not you're successful in this run or not, because I think Kliff has a different objective. He's going to go after Caliburn. So I don't know whether we'll see what's happening while he's chasing Caliburn. I doubt that we will. We'll have to assume that Stefan Langford and his crew will take care of everything else while we're on the run. We're going to wait for the signal. I don't guess we're going to have to wait very long. Everybody's here. So I guess in this scene there would be more gray mains if I got them all.
Kliff. Everyone ready?
Aye. Just waiting on the signal.
Signal my ass.
Oh my god.
I've got a better idea. What do you mean? Just burst in, tear it down. Fuck the signal, eh? Oh, you're at it again. There you are. What'd he say? Can we go yet?
Not yet, yeah.
This is bloody daft.
Oh my god. But I hate doing the other quests I have to do with this guy.
Having a grand old time. He's leaving us nothing but scraps. Oh.
Are you happy now?
Oh, about fucking time.
Kliff?
Charge! Leave none alive!
Yeah, so I guess this is what may have mattered if you had more gray main, but I don't really think it matters all that much. I mean, we've taken on whole camps, so we don't really have much of an issue. Yikes. This guy's trying to kill me. All right, buddy. Let me get situated. What the hell? Okay. Even though Ator's orbs aren't the strongest of these effects that you can have on a weapon, I like it. I like it a lot. I have that. I have the crows. I have some crit. And I have not really struggled with any of the late bosses. And when I am in a boss battle, I just use the Watcher to build up their crit, which helps a lot.
Show me what you're capable of.
I still have the Abyss gears that I could switch out just to try different things if I want to. I wasn't sure whether he was on my side or not. I was like, wait, you got this big ass sword, dude. All right. Okay, pursue Caliburn. Okay, so I'm heading to the quest marker, and anybody I see along the way I'll just fight, but I'm not meant to defeat them. I can just go to the quest marker.
I will put you down.
Tough bugger.
I'll track you down.
It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do from a DLC standpoint. I know they're working on one, but and I suspect that there are things revealed in the game that still aren't complete. And the whole Ouch. There's a whole region we'll see a little bit later that we've done nothing with. In fact, there were 2 quests in that region, but they looked to be minor quests. And because they were, I never decided to venture all the way out there because there's nothing else out there. I was like, oh, nothing shows up on my map. I'm not sure why I would ever go all the way out there. And it turns out that there's a reason to go out. So we'll discuss that a little bit later. And I am looking forward to doing some of the side quests. But I am going to try to stick to the goals that I established earlier, because otherwise I could probably play this game another 200 hours and still not get the true ending.
Have you never done this?
And I don't have any idea when the DLC is going to be dropped. I didn't see a timeline for it. I just heard that they were working on it. The developer or the producer, indicated they were working on it. And I don't know whether it'll be someone else's story or more to Kliff's story. Kliff's story looks like it looks like it will come to an end. I mean, he's definitely the hero of the story, and I believe this battle coming up with Caliburn is sort of the culmination of everything that's been going on in the game. And I guess the other side, and I shouldn't forget this is important, is of course to get everybody back to Palon, right? Remember, they had to leave Palon because the Black Bears basically ran them out. You know, killed everyone and then took over Palon, enslaved everybody. So I think the goal for them, for Kliff, at least for most of the game, it was, you know, we need to find all of the Greymane, and we need to sort of rescue people, all to get back to our home. Okay, I'll stop talking because it's like our boy Caliburn is here. Gabriel.
But this took far too long.
And the goddamn Dean, who I actually liked, turns out.
There is still time to choose another course.
Helping this guy.
Bold words from one who cannot even see his own fate.
Oh, buddy, you deserve that.
Greymane, have you grown strong enough to face me? You think you two alone can stop it? Enough!
Uh-oh.
You dare oppose me with such feeble power?
Damien, I should have leveled you up more.
Pathetic. Stand and behold. The moment all falls into my grasp.
Right, Caliburn is certainly a confident guy.
Kliff! I'll go after Caliburn. You help Damien. He's still in one piece.
I think the remainder of the game will be hunting down... Actually, that's not true. I think a large chunk of the remainder of the game will be chasing after Caliburn. It's a little bit like Crowcaller, right? We had to chase him across freaking, seems like the galaxy to get to him finally to have the fight. And I think we're going to have to do the same thing with Gabriel Caliburn, Final Abyss. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to restore an abyss, one of the dormant abyss gates, and follow him around. Hopefully not follow him, just get there. Hopefully he's not flitting across the freaking universe. I mean, that would be annoying to have to go through 8 of these things to get to him. But there is a quest marker, and for folks who are sort of looking at this, be mindful of the fact that a shadow in the void. You need to flip to You need to flip to the abyss versus the land, because it might look like he's on land. He's not. He's up here somewhere. So the idea is to get to the closest one of these, which is not the one I just showed you, but it's actually the crow caller's nest, where we fought the crow caller at the end. That is the closest one to where we have to get to. And one of the things it took me forever to figure out is, you know, when you're up here, you can just keep going. You can unlock all of the, unless they're locked behind the story. You can, and now that I'm at the end of the story, I guess it's not true anymore. You can start in one area here and just map your way across all of these. Obviously, it would take time because there are a shit ton of puzzles. I think that's the thing that, like, I don't think I could do more than 2 of these at a time because it's lengthy. And if you fall before you get to a fast travel point, it's very annoying. If you get to the fast travel point, you fall, then you can just while you're falling, you can just fast travel back to that fast travel point and start that part over again. But if you fall before you get there, it means, oh my God, trying to remember where you are in this whole process, which is not always easy. And none of these seem short. You know, there are puzzles. I will say that other than in-game, right, where we had some bosses up here, I don't know whether at this stage of the game there are any bosses other than Caliburn. You know, initially I thought every one of these Nexus areas had a boss in it. It turns out that's not true. So, I mean, you know, plan to spend like the weekend. If you haven't done any but the ones you're required to do for the game, there are 40 of these. And in-game, I think you only end up having to do 15 of them in-game. Maybe even fewer than that. I think I did some because I discovered a spire that took me to these things. But you can complete the spire and get that as a achievement without going into the abyss that's in some of those spires. Actually, I guess there's one in each of the 6 spires. But again, some of them are tied, like this one, the one with the crow caller was tied to a quest, and that is to chase the crow caller and eventually fight him. So you couldn't complete that without doing that particular Nexus puzzle. But like I said, I don't think there's a fast way to do it. So my plan is, while I'm doing some of the other kinds of side quest things, I'll try to do 2 of these at a time, maybe 3 if I get through one of them in, like, let's say 20 minutes, I'll do more than one. This is not for recording purposes, but for making progress. If it takes me like 45 minutes or an hour to do each one, then I'm probably going to do one and then spend my time working on the Grey Main camp and doing some other kinds of things before coming back to them. Yes, so I actually invested a lot in stamina throughout the game. That was one of the hints that I was watching another content creator talk about, and he said, forget about everything, you know, put stamina. And then spirit should be next, and that's what I did. And actually, it was a very smart move. And I also have the drinks that I could use if I need to, but what I found is I've rarely needed to use them because my stamina is actually pretty good. Sometimes when I goof and I don't triple jump and I instead double jump or something like that, and I start falling, I know I can use the Axion grasp thing, right? But I keep hitting the wrong trigger and end up firing my arrow, my bow and arrow, and it's so silly. It's annoying. So I do that and I'm like, okay. Only because I haven't been doing it a lot during the game. And so a couple of times that's happened and I've fallen. Again, I don't mind doing it once I'm at a fast travel point because I know I can come right back. But if I hadn't gotten to the fast travel point and I fell down, then it becomes a bit more of a pain in the neck. Okay. So there is a another puzzle. Actually, surprise, surprise, there's always a puzzle. But there is a puzzle. In order to activate the circular device right there, you need to complete the puzzle. Actually, there are two ways to do it. You can complete the puzzle one way, and that device will activate once you step on it, because it'll be fully powered. Once you use the Axion, the force jump thing, you'll activate it. Or you can solve this puzzle a different way, and then use blinding flash and still have to do the jump thing. So the simplest way to do this is the way I'm showing you guys, which means you will have to use blinding flash. There is another way to do this. I tried that way maybe 8 times, and I just couldn't ever get it to do the right thing. And then the other thing I did, after finally getting it right, I decided to fast travel back to the front to then jump on that thing. Well, when you fast travel back to where you jumped in here, you basically reset this. It was such a dumb thing to do. I was like, oh my God, I fast traveled back. Why isn't anything working? And I realized it's because when you fast travel back, you basically reset this cube. So this is what you want to do. I won't talk through it. If anyone's following this guide and you want to see what to do, just follow what I'm doing here. You rotate. You rotate to the left twice. You rotate down once. And, buddy, that's it. Now, you still have to go back to where you were and then do the blinding flash. But the other ways that I've seen people do it, there's a way to get all of them at once so you don't have to use blinding flash. But that involves changing the camera angle, doing all kinds of things. If you mess up once, then you really need to reset, because you won't be able to figure out where you messed up. It was really, really, really annoying trying it that way. This was the simplest way to do it. It took all of about 10 seconds. So now what you do is, on the one that's not blue, you want to use blinding flash. That turns it blue. Now you have to be quick. And then you want to use the force jump. Okay, that wasn't quick enough. Oh, wait, was it? Yeah, I thought it wasn't. It is. Okay, cool. And there you have it. You get nice, get that little prize. I haven't used the artifacts in a long time. I guess I should look to see whether I have extra ones that I could use for something. Okay. Now we want to go behind this to get to the next gate, which is over there. Yeah, this is probably the most difficult thing about getting the Caliburn is it's not like you're running behind the guy. He's already wherever he is, and we have to sort of make our way to him, which sort of changes the momentum a little bit. You know, I mean, you're in this big battle. Stefan Langford has given this absolutely awesome speech. Then you and your Grey Mane are in this battle, and all of a sudden you have this interlude here where you're doing a puzzle to chase Caliburn across the goddamn galaxy. That I wouldn't have planned it that way if I were doing this, but you know, I'm not a game developer, so I don't guess I have a say in this. But it definitely changes the momentum. And it's not like during this little phase you're upgrading your skills or doing any of that. You're busy. You have to do all of this stuff. Yeah, I don't know whether Blackstar could have brought me up here. Yeah, I haven't tested whether he can actually. It's funny because he did he did come up to the area where we gave him the abyssal fusion gear, so clearly he can get up here. I don't know whether we can fly him up here, but he's definitely been up here before. So maybe I'll try to see if he can fly up as well. Maybe if you do that, some of these will be a little bit easier. So you want to make your way over here to this transporter, which is going to port you to the next node of this area. I still marvel at the map or the terrain in this game that you can so clearly see from as high up as we are. I mean, it's amazing. And basically, you can go anywhere you want in any of these areas. Although I did find an area where it would not let me... What was I doing? Was I flying or was I... I think I was climbing a mountain and some kind of invisible wall showed up that I couldn't go through. It hasn't happened a lot, and I wasn't at the edge of the map either, so maybe it was telling me I needed to go around. I'm not sure why it would have at that point. Or maybe it was locked behind a quest and I was just unaware of that. Now, we've been here before. This is with the spinning, the circular mechanical pieces. So I'm not going to show you me working my way through them again. I'm just going to make my way over there. That saves us about 20 minutes of me trying to work my way back across. But we've been to this one before, which begs the question, could I have simply teleported to this particular one? Right? Because at each of these, there are fast travel points. And so I'm not 100% sure, but then, okay. I guess if I had done that, I wouldn't have unlocked the earlier parts that we had to unlock. So like I said, all of these eventually are going to be connected. I hate walking on these things, so I usually just... Now that took me like 8 episodes to learn how to triple jump, now that I know how to do that, I'd prefer to do that than to climb on these things. I think I have less of a chance of falling off by doing it this way. All right. We have an abyss gate. Yeah, I think I would. I know I've fallen off several times when I've misstepped, so I just would rather do it this way. Now that I have the ability to do that. Okay, we're still not there yet. We still have more to go to find this guy. Now, these are the moving ones. So, I think, so if you're patient, you should probably be more careful and sort of wait for these things, versus trying to fly all the way across. Although you're close to a fast travel point, so it really is, I guess it's your choice. Because these are the movable ones. They will come to you, or you will go to them. And you step on and you go to the next one. I guess if you get close enough, then you can do your triple jump and fly over there. I have not mastered the stab fly thing, nor will I try, at least not yet. Oops. Almost goofed that up. Yeah, I also think my controller, which keeps pulling to the left, yeah, something, this is the second one I've had that's done this. So at least for me, they last about 2 years before that starts to happen. I'm pretty sure there must be a way to fix it, so I'll either do that or I'll buy another one, because it is annoying, when, especially in a game that requires a little bit of precision, because you're a little bit off and you're trying to land somewhere and the game's pulling you to the left and you're not making the adjustments, you know, you're not giving the input to correct for that, then, you know, you can easily end up messing up. What game was I playing? I was playing... it might have been one of the Far Cry games where that happened to me before. It caused me to drive my car off a bridge. Okay, so we want to activate this. Which should power the transporter. Boy, Caliburn, when I catch up with you, I'm going to beat your ass for making me do all of this stuff just to get to you. Okay. I was, for a second, thinking, maybe I should explore this area before I move on, but nah, we're going after Caliburn. I don't know whether this will take us to the final one or not, so let's just wait and see. We've been all over the sky looking for this guy. Or actually not looking for him, chasing after him. I'm just following the map marker. Could this be it? There's a big door in front of us. Yep, I guess it is it. I see the map looks a little bit different. What is this? Is this stopping us from going in, or is something? Oh no, we can interact with it. Just taking a look, see. I don't know why. There's no treasure up here. I guess the game hides the loading screens behind this. Because I'm like, okay, all we had to do is walk through the door. Why am I getting this cut again? My buddy, I have chased you across the universe. Come here. Okay, I'm gonna deploy my Watcher pack. Just in case we need to build up a little bit of crit damage. If he's the final boss, I expect him to be tougher than the bosses we faced before.
Last you've come.
Although that's not always true.
Another stone that stands in my path. Like the countless others I've crushed underfoot. You are but one more obstacle to obliterate. Let me know when you're finished.
I love it.
Tell me, Greymane.
I love it.
What sort of obstacle are you?
I should have used that line on one of my bosses when he was in one of his rants. Let me know when you're finished.
Or one whose will bends whichever way the winds blow. Or perhaps you're one simply consumed by greed. You consider all the innocents you've slaughtered obstacles. All that exists belongs to me. All that exists lives to serve me. And you too shall exist for me.
I have attained
Okay, he's... Okay, he's being quite annoying here. But this is clearly a multi-phase fight, as you can see by the blue bar. And he is teleporting around the arena. He's dropping fire bombs. I'm about to get a critical break on him. I hope I'm close enough to take advantage of it. Got your ass. That's what you get for teleporting all over the place. Okay, so that's one health bar gone. Oh. Kliff. He's not even giving me a chance to heal. I'm trying to heal, buddy. I guess I could always, you know, open the menu, pause, and heal that way, or do this. Oh. Okay, so far not difficult. There's just a lot going on. His voice is coming from all over the arena. So when you start hitting him, you should just keep hitting him because it might keep him from teleporting so much, since he gets a little bit stun locked. Ouch. Okay, maybe he has 3 phases, because first was a blue health bar, and now we have a green health bar, and I guess the red one is after that. Yeah, I forgot to take this stupid Vision off. I had it on because there was an area that we visited where you need to have it on, otherwise they'll throw you out. And I forgot to change it back. I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just saying I need all the help I can get.
To me. Even you, Raymay. Yield or be crushed.
It's interesting that in the cutscene it switches me back to a single-handed weapon, where I've been using using a two-handed weapon in this fight. Okay. So we have him down to his final health bar. And we haven't died yet. We haven't had to use a Palmer pill yet. For me, that's... Ouch. I'm about to get to the point where I may need one. I'm getting a little greedy. I see him. He's like got a little bit of health left. I just want to end it. Ah. The prompt to evade popped up and I didn't do that.
So, you cling to your naive, egoistic delusions.
Maybe he has another phase.
An obstacle that exists only to be destroyed.
Nope, he does not.
You think yourself worthy to stand in my way? The world will not bend to your will.
Okay. He's having a sword erection. Okay, so the fight's not over.
Remove an obstacle. You simply lack the imagination. To deal with such a naive fool as you requires a different approach. A foolproof method.
Myurdin, Avatar of Umbra.
I will make
Okay.
you mine.
Oh, don't make me chase you, dude. Oh my god. Don't make me run after you. Okay. I guess this is to give us a chance to go back and cook food and do all that kind of stuff if we need to. Right. Chase the unknown. Well, we know who he is. We use food, but we should have plenty of... What am I doing? We should have plenty of food, so I don't need to... I think this is because of that helmet. Yeah, I should actually consider taking that off. Okay, so let's get our spirit up. We should be healing automatically, and then we will move forward and deal with Myurdin for like the 300th time in this game. Okay. As long as we don't have to work our way through 18 more puzzles, hopefully this just takes us straight to where we gotta get to. Okay.
Back for more.
This shield, by the way, has 9 defense, which is some of the strongest defense
Caliburn.
of any item I have, which is why I have it. Even though you get the benefit even if you're using a two-handed weapon.
I am myself. I am everyone.
Okay, so
I am everything.
is Myurdin the final boss of the game? Because I thought Caliburn was the final boss. Ouch. We've beaten this guy before, so I'm assuming that we'll be able to again.
The longing for immortality, the longing for beauty.
I hope the whole fight's not like that.
For endless power, the longing for perfect freedom.
Does he not have a weapon? He's using his hands.
I am the embodiment of every
Oh no, he has a weapon.
desire.
Okay.
Myurdin, Caliburn.
He also has multiple phases, as indicated by the blue bar. But he doesn't seem to be as strong as Caliburn. We're melting that bar. So we have the crit.
I am humanity's chorus.
Another crit. That's 2 crits in like 2 minutes. Oh, he's another one with 3 faces. Alright, he's got the green health bar now. No problem. We'll melt that one too.
creature of desire.
I hate when the camera changes like this.
To deny me is to deny yourself.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah, the good thing about the Watcher is the Watcher pack's always going to aim where the enemy is. I missed most of that because he was locked over here.
You will now fulfill your purpose.
Yeah, so the good thing is the Watcher will always alert me to where he is. Early in the game, when these guys teleport all over the place, so it just took me forever to find them. Okay, get out of the way, get out of the way. Oh my god, did he fall out of the arena? Another arena. Okay, get over there, get the crit. Hurry, 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 hurry. Too late. It's okay, but... Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Alright, pay attention. Come on, he has like a sliver of health left. Gotcha.
Be one with me.
Crit number 3.
And you will be free to harbor every heart and every soul. To exist with them eternally. And carry their yearning forever.
Myurdin is huge. I didn't think I realized how big he was. Unless it's just this Avatar of Umbra version of him is pretty big compared to Kliff.
Are you no different?
I cannot become one with all. You and I cannot coexist. So all will not become one with you.
Okay, this is different. Pretty ominous. Ah, I've seen this guy, or this entity. So Myurdin is going to become Umbra? Yes, he is. Very anime, angelic, like godlike creature. Blackstar, buddy, right on time. Where is your armor? What the hell? Who told you to take the armor off, buddy? What the heck? You're fighting this guy without armor and he's going to be shooting shit at you. Okay. So the goal is to avoid these, ouch, these pillars flying at you. He shoots a laser, Umbra shoots a laser as well, that can actually one-shot you, I know that. So the idea is to do enough damage to get a critical hit on him, which means you really need to sort of aim for the eye, or that circular thing, I guess that's an eye, I'm not sure what it is, but you need to aim for that. My Watcher pack isn't going to be helpful here. Okay, so I thought the final boss was Caliburn, then I thought the final boss was Myurdin. Now apparently the final boss is Umbra. So far, Blackstar is doing okay. He's got a lot of health. Well, let's keep it that way. Because I don't know how many times I'm going to have to... Okay, so... This is not me. This is the game pulling me in. So at some point you cause enough damage. You go to the eye, and I know you're supposed to hit Force Palm, which I just missed. Ah, damn it. So some people are going to have the experience with this fight being a lot faster than me, since I just goofed that up. You can't fail the fight, right? Because it'll just keep starting over again. I do know that. But the thing that you should be concerned about is, of course, Blackstar's health. The longer you stay up here, the more damage he's going to take. So when you get the opportunity, you should definitely not goof like I just did. We have the theme music playing. Ouch. Oh my gosh, I'm getting Blackstar killed. The limitation is, of course, is you have to watch the stamina when you're firing. So you can only spam it so much because the stamina will drop. That's the laser you need to avoid. Okay, I hope I get another crit chance before Blackstar's health goes. Okay. No, I goofed up. Okay. Blackstar got nicked. Okay. So it'll pick up from this point. So you don't have to start over. You'll always, when you die, you'll always start at this point. I'm not sure why his health is less at this point. Maybe it's because we were mid-fight. So maybe it's giving me credit for that. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to complain about it. Blackstar, well, ouch, ouch, ouch. He was at full health, and I'm running into these pillars again. I promise not to miss this time. When I get that opportunity, I know that it's Force Palm. Remember Force Palm works. This is the little roll that you can do to avoid getting hit by some of this stuff. Still want to make sure you avoid the laser beam, which is the most potent of it. We have the attack. Alright, let's get it right this time. So you land on the eyeball. Gotcha. And that's basically the fight. This is a cutscene. So you add your super fit Force Palm, and it just absolutely destroys Umbra. And Jesus, Kliff. I still had the Watcher pack going. I didn't realize that. Kliff is knocked unconscious by bouncing off of those stone pillars. And what happens? Who's that? Who's that? Who's rescuing me? Reminiscent of the beginning of the game, but instead of being pulled out of water, I'm being pulled out of the sky. We're being pulled out of the sky by our good friend, our two good friends. Unka. And Blackstar. Awesome. Okay, so once again, Blackstar proves he can fly up to these things. Again, I will be testing that theory. Because it would certainly make completing them a lot easier. Assuming you know where they are. I guess you can fly up and look around. That was my dog shaking. Okay, so after that scene, there is the credits roll actually, and where we are now is in the epilogue of the game. I usually show the credits while I'm talking about.
Today's the day.
Once the cutscene ends, I'll turn off the watcher packs.
No need to rush it.
Because they'll stay around forever.
I'm ready. How are the others?
They'll be fine. Let's go.
So clearly some time has passed because Kliff now has a beard. So he must have been injured quite badly. Either that or the experience aged him. I actually don't think a lot of time has passed because they're still celebrating the victory.
This way.
So I guess that battle took a lot out of Kliff. And so in this prologue, in this epilogue, we are going to be visiting each of the regions of the game. And so I guess the credits played
how you holding up?
Because the story is over.
Tired, that's all.
You look weathered.
I've weathered a lot.
The banter's new. We haven't had a moment's pause since that night.
Peace and calm were strangers to us.
We all carry that night with us, every step of the way. But now, the Greymanes can lay that burden down. Thanks to you. Kliff, it's time to lay down the burden you carry. Be free.
Unka. You've always stood by me. Thank you.
It's what we do. Brother, take care of yourself.
I almost feel like I should have probably sort of flipped this and saved all of the after game things, like all of this, all of the epilogue, until after we actually get the true ending. Because it feels weird to be doing all of this now, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to make our way through the epilogue, visiting each of these areas, chatting with whoever we need to chat with, and then we'll wrap the episode up at that point. I usually give a sort of my thoughts on the game when the credits roll, but since we're going to continue on, I won't do that until the true ending. Once we get that, then I'll give my thoughts on the game. But preliminarily, I would say this game is probably a solid 9. I'll break it down in terms of story. It's probably like an 8.8. only because elements of the story are too hard to follow because they're sort of deep behind certain quest lines, and whether or not you find a particular item or a particular NPC. And my understanding is some of the updates that they've done post-launch of the original game. I'll finish in a second.
Is that you, Greymane?
How are things?
Same as ever, though not entirely, I suppose.
All's quiet, sir?
Good work. Go on. Spend the evening with your families.
Aye, Marshal.
As Baron are you now?
Right.
Now. There's no need for that.
He's got a
Go on.
promotion. He's now Baron.
Thank you, my lord.
Yes, my lord. Don't overwork yourself, my lord.
You better not make that mistake again.
It was here we first crossed paths, Greymane. Since that day, a great deal has changed. Hope has returned to the citizens.
And now it seems you've been made a baron.
That I have. Duke Celeste insisted upon it. A responsibility I fear I wear like a poorly tailored cloak.
You'll do well.
Thank you. I'll trust your judgment.
And the others? Also in good health?
With Demonis's stranglehold slackening, Duke Celeste pours himself into rebuilding Hernan. Marquis Circus is the same as ever. Brighter, perhaps, now that his people know peace. This is what we fought for, is it not? Days such as these. Much has changed, yet the streets and stalls still bustle. It shows that some things endure.
Yes, I suppose they do.
Baron, if I may.
I'll be with you shortly. Now, there's a festival on, and by order of the Baron, go and enjoy it.
Aye, my lord.
I'm glad we could at least share a word.
As am I.
Okay, so as I was saying, one of the things that gets a perfect 10 in this game, oh, by the way, I'm not going to show me actually traveling to each of these areas. I'll just go there and you'll see me there. One of the things that gets a 10 are the developers for their willingness to address the concerns of many of the players who've been playing this game since the launch. The idea that they're willing to listen and then go in and make these changes as fast as they've been making them is just incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a developer's team do something like that. So shout out to the developers at Pearl Abyss. Yes, I am amazed by it. You know, it's almost like weekly updates, and some of them are quality of life for the game.
This war was unlike anything I'd ever witnessed.
And some of them are just additions.
The men out there.
Hey, buddy, I'm trying to get some words in here. And some of them were, you know, just fun stuff. I'm probably never going to have 100 different pets. So that's fun, but not all that relevant for me. But the controls at the beginning were just so amazingly clunky. It was so unfun to play, although I was curious about playing. I never stopped. I don't really ever give up on a game. But that really caused me to question whether or not, as much as I like open world games with all the elements that this game has, the controls, even by the time I got to the end of the game, I was still, you know, pressing a control that does 4 different things. And so sometimes if I didn't get the input just right, I would do the axion thing instead of something else, or I would jump instead of, you know, picking up an item, you know, those kinds of things. But they fixed it. I mean, they tried to address as much of it as they can.
What's wrong? We
have a bit of a mess on our hands. I think we've got a rat in our ranks.
A rat?
Yes, we had mountains of materials for the restoration work. And it looks like someone has stolen them.
Very bold of them.
So we'll initiate the quest, but we're not going to do any of those quests in this episode.
They just got pissed off, saying we were treating them like thieves.
We're just making our way through the
Would you be willing
epilogue.
to help?
And if we see a quest giver, we will stop and we will get the quest so we can do it another point. Another 10, the map. Huge map, which I like. Lots of fast travel points, which I like. Is this for me, or are you guys just standing here? The environment, I love it. You know, the game is called Crimson Desert. We didn't get to the Crimson Desert until more than halfway through the game, but the environments are just amazing. Northern Hernand and Northern Palone, the snow, the Crimson Desert, the tropical areas in Delicia. They did a really good job working on those elements, and I don't think I've seen any better. As much as Elden Ring is my #1, this map is even bigger, and I think they've sort of taken it a step further in terms of you're just making sure that wherever you look on the map, it's not pixelated. It's actually stuff that you can see, and it's crisp and it's clear, and I love it. We are still learning stuff? Wow. Well, I did say at the start of this, by the time we get through all of this, we will have unlocked everything. And we're not there yet. There's still plenty of things to unlock, but we've done quite a bit. We're probably at the 75% mark in terms of everything that we've unlocked. I'm guessing by the time we get to the true ending, we will have unlocked everything. So again, I sort of promised I would give this sort of summary at a later point, and I'm doing it anyway. But I'll do it again when we get to the true ending. All right. So let's talk to our buddy Stefan Langford, who gave this incredible speech at the start of the final battle.
Kliff, you're...
I'm all right.
I heard you vanished from Fort Musket. It's good to see you in one piece.
Same to you.
I believe I made you a promise. Now that all's said and done, I'd love to honor it, but...
But peace doesn't maintain itself.
Aye. Well said. I'm afraid you are correct. Peace is the result of vigilance. So we must keep our steel sharp and our minds sharper. An unyielding shield must live up to the name. And with that, I must take my leave. Training calls. Would you care to join?
I have my own tasks to see to.
Understood. Please enjoy your time in Calfate.
And we do have quests that we can do in each of the regions, and we haven't completed every quest in Hernand or every quest in Calfate.
What?
Yeah, I know I'm going the wrong way. I'll just zip out of here. So, yeah, we haven't done all of the quests in any of the areas. And so going back to visit and having them say, oh, well, come back and visit when you can is kind of nice, because I do intend to go back and visit. So I'll also tell you guys a number of hours and all that kind of stuff when we get to that point at the true ending. It doesn't make sense to do it now since I know I will continue playing. I don't have a hot air balloon, although I unlocked that. So there's a lot of stuff left to do. I think I'm down to the last 2 nodes of research in one area and 1 node in another area. So that's almost done. So I don't know who those people were hanging, but I suspect we'll find out once we talk to the...
It is so difficult to find good help these days. Could you spare a moment of your time? I've a task I'd like to entrust to you.
Okay, he's going to want us to build something.
A most esteemed guest will be visiting the manor. The garden feels a touch too plain. I'm thinking just one more statue would make it just right. However, I can't find anyone to take on the task. So I thought, Greymanes are all strong as oxen, aren't they? What say you? Will you give it a try? You'll be well paid for your trouble.
So we can do these, and I guess we should do them because they are requests, and so I guess it's an accomplishment. I don't know whether I'll be at 100% completion. Is there certain quests I just, you know, all of the outlaws that we need to capture. I did all the ones that I had in Hernand, and I just found it tedious to continue doing it across the map. But there are a ton of them left to do. There are some areas where I haven't done any. There's some areas where I've only done 1 of 10. And, you know, maybe I'll try to, when I'm setting up my game playing sessions, maybe do 2 Abyss Nexus, maybe 3 or 4 outlaws, stuff like that, so that it'll be different and I wouldn't be doing all of one thing at a time, which I would find boring.
How fare the
Okay, let's speak to the Countess.
The manor alone may not be enough. Your guest list is formidable.
Have you forgotten? We're preparing the outer grounds as well, as you instructed.
Of course. Must have slipped my mind. Then there should be no issue. You seem busy. Who?
It's fine. An honored guest. Step aside.
Yes, milady.
Welcome, Greymane. Apologies for not recognizing you. I was wondering how you'd fared.
Demoness seems different.
That it is. Thanks to you and your bold coalition, of course. The dark days of Caliburn and Bastia's iron rule are behind us. A new era deserves a proper beginning, does it not?
Hence the celebration.
Just so. A gathering to honor all who stood firm against injustice. Naturally, Marshall and any like-minded traitors aren't invited.
Surprised they're still breathing.
I expected you'd say as much. Be at ease. I've no intention of curbing my wrath. So much has changed since that day. Caliburn's loyalists lost their voice, and the streets are alive again. The very fact I can walk beyond my estate is proof enough. In the king's absence, Demonis was all but stripped of its freedom, seized by those who clawed their way into power. Any word that so much as bruised Caliburn's pride was enough to see someone dragged away by his hound, Bastia, and made an example of, as my sister was.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. You avenged her. Now I plan to spend my life setting Demonis right again.
Who are they?
The hands of Caliburn's treachery.
And Byron and Marshall? They won't face such punishment.
Who has the right to sentence a noble house to death? Only His Majesty, still upon his sickbed. So they but buy their freedom and strut smugly home. But there is one thing they do not yet know. King Edward will rise from that bed soon enough. And when he does, His Majesty will see every last traitor purged.
Another bloodbath.
Okay, so maybe, just maybe, we will see the king in the DLC, who might give us some additional tasks to do. Those tasks might include going after the surviving coup planners. All right. Off to Gorthak. So it'll be interesting. I'm curious. I don't know how long it will be, like I said, before the DLC. I mean, initially they promised a DLC for Black Myth. That never materialized and is not going to materialize. They decided to go ahead and do a whole nother game. You know, it was probably the most disappointing sort of gaming experience I ever had. The DLC for Elden Ring was an expansion that was as big as most games, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. So I hope it's along that line, like a true expansion. I'm willing to pay for it. All right, let's talk to Dalgash.
Things seem to have settled down.
That you, Greymane? Seems you've aged a few years.
I might have.
You must have been through a fair bit of hell. We're knee-deep in this mess the war left us. Marnie seemed to have come to his senses, apologized, and offered various kinds of support. Though the bastard sent one of his damned bugs, saying they'll help rebuild the city. Like I'd ever let those pests enter the city. They slaughtered my men. Told him to shell off, took the supplies, and that was that. Lunatic. You see the A-tag over there?
What's it doing out here?
You've only seen her as a weapon of warfare. But I took to tinkering with her, and now she's refitted for field work. Fine little thing, too. Does 10 men's work without a word of complaint. Though, after all that's happened, everyone's a bit unsettled by machines. They've seen what happens when a tool slips out of human hands. But we still need them in our lives. We'll just have to look for the right balance.
I'm sure you'll manage.
I hope so. Ah, and congratulations. Heard you blew the Sky Fortress to pieces. Yeah, well, if I'm being honest, I didn't actually think you'd pull it off. Well, I should get back to supervising. Make sure to come by when the city's rebuilt.
Yep, we'll be back because we are going to end up with a team of bots. So now we go to Delicia. One place we haven't been that the game is going to tell us to go to is Varnia, the very last place we can go. Which is very interesting because the only quests that show up there, Evolving City, the only quests that show up there were minor quests like capture a spider and I think one other one that we're supposed to take to people out there. And the reason I didn't go was because you know, I didn't think going all the way out there to bring a spider to someone was that important. Okay, so in this quest, which was odd, I thought I needed to talk to a person. And I guess in a way I do, but it was very difficult for me to figure out what the quest wanted me to do. Basically, it wanted me to come over here and read the memory. And I don't guess I needed to be in this spot. I just needed to be somewhere in Delicia, but it didn't really say that. So what you do is you go to your vision and your recollections, and you're going to get a bit of a shock.
It's recorded. First, allow me to congratulate you. You've reached this memory at last. Your persistence and effort deserve applause. Now, to the heart of the matter. Do you recall what I said at the start? That the Visione meddles with the user's mind. In truth, that's no flaw. It's by design. The Visione doesn't simply record its surroundings. It reads and stores the user's emotions, and that data is delivered straight to me. Its master. The subject's emotions, thoughts, even the actions stirred within them. That's what I was after. I sought to learn what truly moves a human to act. So now, I must thank you. If my calculations are correct, I have surpassed my creator. Thanks to you, I'll evolve even further. And in the days to come.
So we thought we had killed Hall or Marnie, but it looks like we did not. It looks like we actually may have ended up either killing Marnie or killing a different iteration of Hall. Because that is Hall. I mean, he that's him. So he's not gone. So he may play a role in the DLC as well. Maybe. Unless there are minor quests that includes him, and I don't think there would be at this point. So let's head to the Crimson Desert and Fort Musket. Yeah, one of the things this little epilogue sort of demonstrates is whether or not, okay, we're going to come back here in the daytime because it's turning night, so you're going to see a strange cut with me switching to daytime in about 3 seconds. That's better. I try to time it. I've sort of learned to try to time it so that most of this takes place in daytime. I hate going through and playing these type of games at night unless the quest calls for a night quest, because I think you just see much better, and the environment is beautiful. At night you don't get that. In daytime, look at this. It's just so crisp. It's just really nice. And I played this game on an 80-inch, using a PS5 Pro, but on an 80-inch television. I don't play on a monitor, or at least the monitor is my 80-inch TV. So I feel like I'm in Crimson Desert when I'm playing these scenes. Editing is different. I edit on a PC, but when I'm actually playing the game, it's very different. Very different experience. All right, I'll be quiet so we can chat with these guys.
Hear me. We've purged the rot that gnawed Demonis from within. But we cannot rest easy. A threat still waits beyond our walls. Across that desert lie the tribes who hunger for our fall. If they spy the slightest weakness, they'll set upon us without hesitation. Now, stay sharp and make ready with haste. Watchtowers will be manned at all hours, patrols extended. We safeguard more than this stone. We've lives in our hands.
Ah, Greymane, truly, is it you?
A great deal's happened.
So it seems. Your face alone tells of hardships I cannot fathom. We intend to remain here and defend Demonis. And you? What are your plans?
I intend to wander where my feet take me.
Our nation owes a great debt to you all. You most of all. When Demonis stands steady, that debt will be repaid.
Your Grace, no movement in the desert yet.
Good. Keep preparing.
Okay, now we head to Varnia, which is way to hell on the other side of the map. I mean, way, way, way. Oh, we weren't in the Crimson Desert. We were in Demonis. As you can see, we've done basically nothing out beyond this part of Crimson Desert. So what is this? This is the northeast section of Crimson Desert. And we just simply haven't been here. Actually, gets to a point where it's actually I guess it's still a desert. Varnia is still in a desert. We're going to use Blackstar until we get to a restricted area. It's sort of funny because there's a lot of restrictions, a lot more restrictions than I thought. Every time I've used Blackstar, I've been hit with one of those, okay, you can't fly here, or you can't save, or some weird message. I don't really understand why that is. All I'm trying to do is to fly. As you can see, I can see where the restricted areas are. And I'm just trying to fly straight to Varnia, or at least close to it. I see there are a bunch of restricted areas right around Varnia. Okay, so the reason I'm landing is because for some reason it gave me the message that I couldn't go any further. And it's not because Blackstar is tired, so I'm not quite sure. So anyway, we will do it the old-fashioned way, and we'll fight along the way, and hopefully we'll pick up some fast travel points along the way as well, because I do plan to come back here.
Whole heap of trade
And of course, every enemy we face now seems like nothing. Like nothing compared to what we've already done. You know, we fought Caliburn Myurdin and Umbra all within like a 20 or 30 minute time frame. Well, after chasing Caliburn across the skies. So nothing I think that we do now is going to seem difficult. Which might be what some people complain about, having sort of completed the main story. And so like, okay, well, there's nothing left to do. Well, there's plenty left to do. That I know. We haven't liberated everything, and I suspect that as we unlock more of the faction quests, there'll be more to do. Now, in terms of the bosses, if you check your journal, you can see, actually, if you check your journal by region, you will be able to see whether or not you've defeated all of the bosses in a particular region. And I don't think I've completed all of the bosses in all of the regions. If I have, it's only one region that I completed all of the bosses in, and that may be Palone. So in Hernan, there's one more boss somewhere that I haven't gotten to yet. In Crimson Desert, I think there are a couple. So you can see that in your journal. Just in case. It doesn't tell you who the bosses are. They're just 3 question marks. But you will know that you haven't completed it yet. And I know there's 75 bosses, so I was like, okay, well, I guess somewhere along the line, they are likely locked behind. They're likely locked behind quest lines, faction quest lines. So we will figure them out, and we will beat them. So that's another goal. Make sure that all of the bosses are dead. So we're continuing, just in case you're wondering, where the hell is this guy? I'm continuing to make my way to Varnia. These little scrubs are actually really no competition. I'm using the one-handed sword that Kliff's clone gave us. Goyen. I never got rid of it. I liked it. I almost took the Abyss gear out of it and put it into my two-handed. And I might still end up doing that, because I really, really like it. And very, very rarely am I using the one-handed weapon now. So we're going to unlock this fast travel point, since we're out in the middle of this place that we haven't been before. I suspect there's probably 1 or 2 that I may have missed along the way, because the fast travel points are fairly close in this game. Either that or I missed an Abyss Crescent somewhere, which is possible as well. So when we fully explore this area, we'll make sure to unlock those. I know there's an online map that will show you where everything is, so that you can just go there and unlock them if you're really struggling. I've not looked at that. I think it shows you all the treasures, it shows you all the Abyss Crescents, it shows you everything. So maybe I will take a look just to see where those Nexus points are that we can get, where we can get up there. But other than that, I haven't needed to do that at this point. Alright, so I'm tired of fighting everybody along the way, so we're not going to do that. We're going to go to Varnia, which, like I said, is way out here at the edge of the map. And it's actually a beautiful, I don't know what you call it, a city. It's definitely not a village. But it's a beautiful oasis, I guess. I guess it's just I guess you can consider it a super large oasis. This is the one place in the desert. Actually, not the one place. There are other places that have water. But this place is beautiful. So it was worth me going back and making it daytime so that I can see all of this. And like any area that we come to for the first time, there are all these little question marks that will pop up all over the map. And I'm not going to... We'll be back to kill you guys later, buddy. So I'm not going to address those now. I'm going to wrap this episode with a final meeting. This basically is the final quest of the main game playthrough right here. Visit Varnia. And there's a reason to visit Varnia. It's interesting that each of these places told you to visit the places that you've been, and then when you get closer, it then unveils that there is something else you're supposed to do, like a person you're supposed to see, or you're supposed to just check out the entire area, and then you see a person. This is one of those quests where it tells you to visit Varnia, but there is an NPC that we are actually going to meet. And that will end the game. It actually ends the... It's actually an end point for the epilogue. So the epilogue doesn't go beyond that point. Everything else is... See, now it's saying look around Varnia. So everything else will be subquests and things you want to do. So this is where the game actually becomes your game, to decide which quests you want to do. Now, certain ones you sort of have to do in order to get to true ending. So, you can go through and spend another 150 hours doing other things, but you're only going to get the true ending if you complete all 40 of those Nexus gates.
Sometimes when I gaze out over the desert, I recall the dragons that once flew there.
And I think you have to have moved to Paylone as well. I think you... Don't quote me on that one, because that might not be true, but you definitely have to complete the 40 Abyss Gates, because it opens up an area of the very first Abyss Gate.
I was a trainee in Burham back then. When the bandits took over the well and the whole village could barely wet their lips.
I remember you.
Then you came and drove them all out. And water was returned to the villagers again. Oh, that first sip. Cold and sweet. I'll never forget it.
I had to kill this Spider Queen.
It's not much, but here, a token of my gratitude.
The Bismuth
Please
Queen.
Accept it.
It was a giant spider that I had to come back to like 4 times because she kept killing me before. Okay, so let's check his note. Okay, yeah, I'll do that another time. We're not going to do that right now. What we're going to do...
Good to meet you.
...is we are going to
if
the...
a wolf catches you, pray it's quick.
Nah, I'm not worried about a wolf.
Tear through flesh like cloth.
Nah, not worried about a wolf. I've already taken down 2 of the legendary ones. We're going to go up here and we're going to meet... We're going to go to the map marker, where we will meet the final NPC that will wrap up the game.
Good day to you.
Hint, the final NPC is one of the first NPCs that we met in the game. That was not a Greymane. All the other ones were Greymane. The first one we met that was not a Greymane.
Looks like you've seen better days.
Oh, stop talking about Kliff. Kliff is... Look, he saved the world. Chill out. Yeah, he needs a shave. He needs to comb his hair. I will get a barber once I finish the Greymane quests. And this is our buddy Sebastian.
Greymane? Is that you?
It's been a while.
It has. And you've changed. Quite a bit. I've heard much about you. About the Calfade War. The Black Bears you put down. About Delicia
And the great battle in Demonis? When you travel as much as I do, news finds you. Most of it was harrowing to hear. I'll admit, I worried. But part of me was relieved to hear anything at all. At least it meant you were still alive and well.
You're traveling to make maps?
Yes. I'm making my way to every corner of Pywell. I think this wandering life suits me, though. I wake up every morning, refreshed and full of excitement.
Sounds like a good way to live.
I owe it all to you, Greymane. Where are you headed now?
I'm not sure.
Then, how about the desert? Legend is, countless people fell there long ago, turning the sands crimson with their blood. Many walk the desert in memory of the fallen and wishing for peace. Folks say everyone in Pywell should walk the desert once in their life. Why not go there and trek across it yourself? Once we part, who knows when we'll meet again? I'll be wishing you well, wherever your road leads.
Nice. Brings us sort of get choked up over that little scene. He cares about Kliff. He saved Kliff's life, so I guess, you know, you never forgot him. He saved Kliff's life, and Kliff saved his life. So with that, this is the end
If a wolf catches you,
Crimson
quick.
Desert episode 22 or 21 or whatever I'm going to name it. Thank you guys for joining me. There will be bonus episodes to come, so look out for them. There'll probably be one that drops on Tuesday, but that one will be the episode that I talked about. So it takes place before this one. All the other ones will be post-game. And as I get closer to the true ending, I will upload more of them. So it'll probably end up being a couple of weeks. But thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you on this journey. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Check out my channel for other games, open world games and other games that you might find interesting. All right. This is Reg with PaxAriaGaming saying thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next series. Take care. Bye.